morning! Welcome back. It's time for another early morning Sunday show. Dang early once again in the morning. Just the way I like it. Time to get up and get things going. So here we go. A little different. YouTube, they changed something. Every week I usually Sunday I pick out what I'm going to play next week, so I can re-listen to everything, get it back in my mind. But then I go into music policies. In music policies, you can put in every, here's the album I'm going to play, songs I want to see if I can play on there. And it will tell you if you can or if you can't. Well, I knew they were changing this. It finally happened. I can no longer do that. Now YouTube says we've made this easier. You can just put on those tracks you want and then you download it, but you do it as personal or private. Then they will tell you can't play that. Now edit this damn thing and fix it. So then you go back and you have to fix it. Then you can do it again. And go, that's like an extra step, man. What? This isn't easy. But I guess a lot of people weren't using the policy thing, supposedly. Probably also you have to keep it up, call, hey, can you do this? Can you not do this? Can you play this? Can you not play this to the different groups? Big pain in the ass. So I do have some samples, and I'm hoping everything goes through. I'm just guessing now it's this. Well, I'm sure I can't play this. I'm sure I can't play that. La 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 la. Disappointing, but it's the way it is. Deal with it. Accept it and move on, because I'm not going to be able to fix it. I'll probably start a letter writing campaign, something like that, but oh well. Played golf yesterday, with the wife. It's over 90 degrees. You go out when it's over 90 degrees. No one else is stupid enough to play golf. So you get on quicker, you move faster, and I golf quickly, but I hate waiting for people. Well, my wife had hit it into some woods, which, believe me, I'd done that too, creek or whatever. And so I'm looking, fairly quick, and I go, oh, look at this, there's these balls. And I did. I saw maybe 3, 4 balls. Now, to me, that's successful golf. If you come out with more balls than you started with, you had a successful day of golf. So, but then I go, is that poison ivy? Are those in poison ivy? It might be poison ivy, but it might not be poison ivy. I've dealt with it a lot because I get it in the yard, or poison oak, or poison something, because I get the rashes. I go, well, what should I do? I could Google the picture, but nah, what's the fun in that? Well, let's just go grab them. So, I don't know. I'm just getting over some poison ivy, or poison oak, or poison something that from weeding in my yard, and now I don't know. I may have hit the big time with it. We'll find out in a few days and see what happens. If you get it though, they give you steroids to get rid of it. Though actually, it just kind of, it doesn't itch me that much. It doesn't bother me. So hey, well, we're going to begin here because I had something really neat. After the flood, I said, the one thing that I did not lose was my Miles Davis CD box sets. Miles Davis, they just reissued their CD box sets, the whole shebang of them, and I was able to get the 2 that I was missing. And this one here is 7 Steps, the complete studio recordings. I was missing this one. Again, it has this metal, nice little box, and so it looks at recording of 7 Steps. Nice book here. Pictures. Everyone loves a picture. And more words than you could ever ask for. It's just like a little novel here, isn't it? Look at all that. It goes through each track, what's on here, the people that produced it, the la 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 stuff. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CDs. Little Miles Davis book. Delighted. Just this was such an exciting thing to see come out, because I hadn't seen it in the wild. I've never and I've been missing it. So we got that. Even on the inside the box, there's pictures on there. Really nicely done. I actually went to the Miles Davis site and I pre-ordered this, so it just came out. I also picked up the other one I did not have. This is the complete Miles Davis Quintet, the complete sessions, everything they did from 65 to 68. This is the second quintet, great quintet with Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Billy Williams, and I'm forgetting someone on there. Oh, for God's sakes. Can you believe that? I forgot one of the Miles Davis. You would think you would have that memorized on. Yeah. I'm sure you all forgive me. It'll eventually come to me. But this, again, nice set. Oh, hold on. Here, I got a tag right there. Who am I missing? Tony Williams, Ron Carter, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter. Oh, for God's sakes, Wayne Shorter. So again, beautiful little book at the start. And this is just like the ones that they released back in the aughts. And so now I have the complete, all of the Miles Davis CD box sets. I don't know, you know, Barry, do you need a Miles Davis album? If you got all the box sets, maybe you don't. But this is everything from the albums that was made by the second quintet. Miles Davis. That one doesn't have any cool pictures inside. Delighted. I want to do a video on these one of these days. I've said that before, and I'll just say it again. One of these days, I'm going to do a video on these because I think it's great. It's great music. My issue is I lost all my Miles Davis reference books. I had all these different reference books, and I like to look at them. You know, you can use Wikipedia, you can Google crap, but the reference books, to me, there's more substance and more interesting things. So, deal with it. All right, begin. Let us begin. Look for this for years. Boom, there it was. Boom. Hey, Bob Bradley. Boom. This is the Muddy Waters 6 album set. So cool to have this. I did have, I had a Bo Diddley one and a Willie Dixon one. I did. So when I went to this record store, and the record store had given me a very generous gift certificate, you know, due to the flood. Mr. B's Music in Mount Pleasant. It was a nice one, and here this was. This is not the cheapest thing, and this was the one thing I had to leave with, the Muddy Waters box set, and very good. I mean, this is just so much of his material. 6 albums of Muddy Waters. It comes with a nice book. There he is, and I can't flip through this thing like Jamie Cottle. I just suck at this. I don't have Cat on my lap. Actually, Cat stayed outside. Opened the door this morning. Cat just kind of looks at me and goes, yeah, what? I says, hey, video time. You coming in or what? He's doing better. He's eating now, thank God. And he absolutely, he blew you guys off. I mean, just a little bastard. Just, right. Okay. You know, what more can you ask for with Muddy Waters? What I always found interesting, you know, he was born in 1913 down in Mississippi. He didn't start playing music at 13. He picked up the harmonica and began playing the harmonica. At 17, he began playing the guitar. You think about a lot of these, you know, folks. You know, they started much earlier, but this is when he started. And Son House and Robert Johnson were the people that he was admiring. Well, Alan Lomax in 1941 was down south, and he was trying to find the next Robert Johnson. And someone, you know, and so he's asking everyone, says, we go down to Stovall Plantation. There's a guy down there named Muddy Waters. He got the name Muddy. His real name is McKinley Morganfield, but his grandma called him Muddy because he liked to play in the mud. He just added the Waters later. So he went to Stovall Plantation and found Muddy Waters and recorded him. Sent Muddy Waters the singles. He carried them with him wherever he went. He went down to the jukebox and he put them on. He goes, that's me. And this, it meant so much. What it did is it gave him confidence. In 42, Lomax came back again, recorded him again. Now, Waters, okay, I'm something. And in 1943, he moved to Chicago. They were all, everyone was looking, all these people, you know, they weren't slaves anymore, but basically, let's say they were slaves. They were looking for a way to get out, and music was the way. And so now Waters had this way, so he moved up to Chicago in '43. You know, band playing at night, hooked up Big Bill Brunzi, gave him let him open for him, and the crowds were so noisy. Waters says, you know what, they don't hear my acoustic guitar, and went and bought an amplifier and electric guitar and started playing electric guitar so people could hear him. Just a beautiful box set. It has the songs you want. It has all those songs, anything you need. The definitive, the greatest box set from Chess Records. Absolute gem to have. Next, I have, oh, fell off. I got a 45. This was sent to me, and it was really quick. This was really good. It's called First Boy on the Moon. It's a group out of Sweden. This is their very, very first single. Isn't that neat? And it comes on shocking pink. Little sticker there, First Boy on the Moon. And first single, they actually formed in 2019, and David Pendoza, he's from California. He played rock and punk out there when he moved to Sweden. I believe he got married, and his wife is from Sweden. Sweden's a great place, really nice. Pandemic didn't go so well, but I love going to Sweden. So moved there, he's formed a band, and here's the first single. It was, I really, really enjoyed this. I thought the music was good. I want to play you a sample of it. I figure it's so new that YouTube won't block me, so what the hey. It's kind of like, you could say, Brit pop rock, but to me there's this 80s feel to it. And his vocals are really, really neat, but it reminds you of, and there was a little release with this, and it's true, it kind of has a little bit of The Cure, a little bit of Bowie-esque in there, shall we say, maybe a little bit of a U2 type sound. Just very fascinating. The song I'm going to play is called Sophia, and on the other side is Fast Machine. But it had a great feel and vibe to it. And down below I'll put the link so you can get information on this if you're interested. It's just, you know, here's a group just starting up. The first single, and it's cool to be able, when we can support this. You know, Bandcamp's been a huge help for a lot of these guys, but great stuff. I really appreciate this. So David, thanks for sending this way, and man, I hope it works out for this group. I liked it, and I'm going to look for more of their stuff when it starts coming out, because I think it's well worth it. Really, really neat stuff.
One girl in love, another on the phone. One more time to justify vision long ago. You are the kind of dream that leaves me open wide. Dance with me, my fantasy, so we can be alive. Sophia, tell me lies I wanna hear. Talk to me, say the things that keep me here. Try to speak, but I cannot make a sound.
Okay, moving on now. Let's mispronounce names. What would be an episode if I didn't mispronounce something? Niels Frahm? I think I got Frahm right. Niels. Phil. This came from Ellen One Oldford. He sent this to me. This was so high on my want list before the flood. I knew of Felt. I had downloaded some of Felt. I felt it was some of the most beautiful music, neoclassical, ambient type music. And when this came in the mail, I just about dropped my jaw. I'd been looking on Amazon constantly. Are they going to release it an album? You know, I never really thought Discogs. They just go on Discogs, buy the damn thing. And I don't know how he knew. Maybe he did know, but just thought it's the type of music I like. But this is the album I wanted. And you know, Frahm, he was born in '82, and he's a German musician and composer. And he was trained with classical, but he's taken classical music and added electronics, like many of the neoclassicists, Bulgaria. So what he did on this album, this is, I believe, his fourth album. Actually, it was interesting. His father was a photographer and did a lot of the photographs for ECM Records. That was kind of cool, which got him introduced to people within the music industry. So what made this different and why it's called felt is he took felt and he put felt around, he put it on the strings and he put it on the hammers on the piano to give it a different sound. Then he took the microphones and he put them all over the place and he buried them down inside the piano. So what you hear is this going, you can hear, I mean, there's so many microphones, you can hear the creaks of the floor, you can hear the hammers coming down on the strings, you hear these ticks and clicks from the piano. Just beautiful, just absolutely outstanding music. This album is just, again, just, you know, it's hard to say great because it wasn't like this is this, you know, $1 billion album, but it's the one. So just delighted. It's playing in the background so you can hear it. I'm excited for that one. Unbelievable. We're 15 minutes in. Got this one here. Got this one. Got this. That's English for you. Road. I went into a shop and there it was. And I have no idea who Road was. It's a three-piece band. It's a progressive rock band. This came out in '72. The group was formed in '70. It consisted of Noel Redding. He just finished up with the group Fat Mattress. And then Rod Richards, I believe it was, and he's from Rare Earth, and they formed this band. It's a three-piece. There's the record label. Opens up here, I think. There you can see that. There's a group. Look at them. Boy, aren't they something? And this is just, it's just like fuzzed out rock and fuzz. This was really good. That covers a little beat on here. The music is incredible. Now I put on Discogs, go, holy cow, that thing goes for a lot of money. I got it at a really wonderful kind of deal. And this was great stuff. Really, really good. The name of the group is Road. The album's called Road. And after they did the road, they hit the road. They hit the road in different directions. That was it, of Road. So neat find. If a three-piece progressive rock trio, really cool. Found this down in a record store, Extensions, McCoy Tyner. I just saw, hey, that looks like National Geographic. I think Dave at Local Bandography had just shown this also. This is off Blue Note. This, McCoy Tyner, his actual name when he was 17, he took on Islam, and so it was Islam Sulimir Saud, I believe, was the name that he took on. Tyner's known a lot for John Coltrane. He was from 60 63. He played on all those famous Coltrane albums, but he had such a prolific career. Probably a lot of it helped because of his Islam. No drinks, no drugs. It kept him clean. It kept him going. He died this year, though, in March of this year. Extensions. This is an interesting album. It was recorded in 70, released in 73. On it you have, beside Tyner on piano, you have Alice Coltrane on harp, Wayne Shorter on tenor and soprano sax, Gary Bartz on alto sax, Ron Carter on bass, Elvin Jones on drums. So great lineup, 2 different saxes. The saxophone playing is really, really incredible. There's, the very first song on here, Message from the Nile, has a real mystic feel to it. Just a little more subdued, but just a little spacier. Then you have The Wanderer, which is just punches you in your face. It's fast, it's rowdy. The saxophones are just going to town on that thing. Really great stuff. There's Survival Blues, which is very meditative. And then there's one called, in Survival Blues, it says on here, Survival Blues. Well, for black people in America, let the title of this selection be self-explanatory, if you please. It's still to this day, right? Really neat stuff. McCoy Tyner, he never went to electronics. He never went to the fusion. He stayed true to the piano. And he was left-handed. And what's also interesting on him is on his left hand, he would raise it high in the air and just hit the chords hard, so the lower chords would have more of this bang coming from them. He'd raise it up and boom, hit them on that. Neat stuff. A lot of fun. Glad I had that. Here we had, it's a MoFi. It's a MoFi. Bought this for my buddy, friend Keith, where I got the Dark Side of the Moon last week. And so I got this nice MoFi pressing of Alan Parsons' I, Robot. Of course, I, Robot came from the Isaac Asimov series, I, Robot. When I was in high school, man, I read Asimov, I read Bradbury, all of those guys. I was huge into science fiction. For whatever reason, I kind of moved on. This album came out in 1977. It was Alan Parsons' second album. See these people and these all worked for the guy who did the photography, Strom Thurmond, who did a lot of the Pink Floyd photography. So there they are. It was in Charles de Gaulle Airport. This is a great Alan Parsons. This is probably, if I had one Alan Parsons album, which I don't need a lot. I had all of them, but this is the one. This is the album I needed. So to get this in MoFi really completes what I need from them. Truly, just a beautiful album. Really liked it. Started as a concept album, kind of supposed to be about iRobot. It's about how robots take over, man kind of loses, and eventually robots rule the world. It's going to happen. It is. We know it. So let's just get used to it. Let's buy iRobot, get a feel of what's going to happen to you in the future, and that way you know. Delighted to get that in a MoFi. I set these things where I'm going to play. I set them up early. I said, on Sunday. Well, guess what? I picked this one. And Peter Green died yesterday. Isn't that something? This is Fleetwood Mac's English Rose. This was released for the U.S. It's actually a compilation. It might have been the first one in the U.S. I'm not sure. This came out in 69. In 68, they recorded called Mr. Wonderlust, I believe, and that was in Britain only. So it didn't come to the U.S. on Epic. So what happened is they wanted to they toured the U.S. They had Black Magic Woman was playing, and they were getting this nice fan base. So they wanted to put out an album, but they didn't do Mr. Wonderlust. They took 5 songs from that. but they had been a 4-piece band. They were now a 5-piece band because Danny Kirwan had joined the group. So what they did is they took like 3 instrumentals that he had made and they put them on this album along with some other things. And eventually this was actually released in Britain too. That's Mick Fleetwood. Hot chick, isn't he? He dressed in drag a lot. I think just something he enjoyed. So just incredible blues album. Really, really neat stuff. You have, songs like Love That Burns, and it's just a slow burning blues. And then there's Slap, just a couple of them that was really, really good. Stop Messing Around. Stop Messing Around. That's a hard hitting blues number. It just slaps you in the face. Go, look at us, man. We're going to go. There is Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown. You'd swear Elmore James is on here. It's just the guitar, the slide work is pure Elmore James. Peter Green was just incredible on this album. Absolute delighted when I found this just sitting there. It's hard to find these early Fleetwood Macs. There it was. Hey, real quick, my t-shirt, Used Kids, that was on at the beginning of the thing, which I forgot to mention. It's a store in Columbus I found. You go in there, there are no kids. I just wanted to see what a used kid. I mean, is there a difference between a new kid and a used kid? There were no kids. It was just records. Slightly disappointed with that. Not that I needed a kid because I'm done with that part of life. I have no interest for one. I just wanted to see what they looked like. But I found a lot of African music there. I mean, I bought a bunch of African music. I got a lot of African to show you guys. So, wow. Final one real quick. This came Vinyl Me Please. Albert King. King does King. Albert King does a bunch of Elvis covers. And, his guitar playing's great. He has a strong vocal to him. But personally, I didn't like it. I thought it kind of sucked. I don't want to hear him do Elvis. I don't. This is not like Born Under the Bad Sign. I mean, those are Elvis's songs. I'm not an Elvis fan, but I thought he does them better. His guitar playing, yeah, it's great. But a whole thing of Elvis Presley. I did not know what the whole I just saw Albert King. Okay, I'll accept that one. And I played it. I filed it. We're all done with that. Okay. All right, here we go. We did it. We finished. Went long, as always. Don't want to cheat you of me, right? Right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for popping by. Really appreciate it. Everyone have an incredibly good day. Bye.